Out of all the anime series that released this past year, I would say Kaiju number 8 was probably in my top 5. I really actually enjoyed this anime, and now it is getting a gacha game. So Solo Leveling already has its game. Now Kaiju number 8 is going to get its game, and there is some good and some bad news I need to go over with you guys. But already, looking at the graphics, looking at the game, looking at the UI, a lot of that stuff looks really, really good. Like, I'm impressed by how good it looks, but it also, there's some news that worries me like a lot. Okay, so getting right into it, I'm gonna go down to the system tab here. This is on their official website. We're going to take a look at some of the stuff coming to the game. I would recommend pre-registering if you guys are at all interested in the game. I will put a link in the description down below for this website. That way you're able to go here and pre-register for the game if you're interested after we talk about all of this information. But there is going to be a story mode, actually 3 different types of story mode from what they've shown us, and it is going to be able to go on auto. It's going to have a speed up function. It's going to have a skip function, just like most other gacha games nowadays. So it says immerse yourself in a story through breathtaking 3D sequences. So most of these are going to be 3D story modes, which is cool, not just the normal 2D, which is actually really nice. Relive iconic moments from the original works and discover exclusive all new game story. Okay, so they actually give us a little bit more detail on this when we go to the story mode tab. And so if you look at the story mode tab, we have the main story, which has literally no details. It just says coming soon. Then we have the memories part of the story, where it says experience the story of Kaiju number 8 from the original manga and anime. So that is going to be how you, like, normally, like in Jujutsu Kaisen or any other like gacha games, My Hero Ultra Impact, whatever, the main story is just a retelling of the original story, which I personally have found really boring. I would much rather have an original new story and then have like this, where the memories, you can go back and play these if you want to go through and see the original story. Like, this is the way to do it, in my opinion. And then last but not least, we have character stories and original story mode, focusing on each Defense Force officer. So we'll get to learn a little bit more about each of these characters. How many of these are going to be available at release? I don't know. Do you have to have the character first to be able to do their stories? More than likely. A lot is not known about how you unlock these or how you read these, or if it's just a readable story or a playthrough story or whatnot. But a lot of different story mode PvE content confirmed here. Now, the interesting thing is they haven't confirmed any PvP or anything like that. I'm thinking this is probably going to be a mainly PvE game. I don't think there's going to be any PvP, but we'll have to see. That's technically not confirmed yet. And then if we go over to back to the system side of things, so if we go through this, it'll tell us about all these different things. So first thing was the story. The story looks interesting. I think that what they're doing with it, at least on paper, looks very, very good to me. Next up, we have the neutralization. Engage in strategic command-based battles to neutralize kaiju. So neutralization is just basically how you fight enemies in the game, where simple controls meet deep strategy. So it's going to be a turn-based game where you're going to be able to set up your teams and pick certain moves for your teams, and then eventually when the core is exposed of the kaiju, you're going to use your ultimate to hopefully kill them. So that's what this continues to go on to say. Select your defense force officer's skills to attack, and when the kaiju's core is exposed, unleash devastating ultimates to deliver the final blow. Now, can you finish an enemy without an ultimate? I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. There are waves in this game, though, from the screenshot, which is interesting. So there could be multiple kaiju that you fight. It's not just going to be one fight necessarily that you take on. You're able to have up to 4 different characters on your team, it looks like, and it looks like Kaiju number 8 and Kafka are actually separate characters if we go to the character tab here. So you have Kafka, Mina, Reno, all these are the characters that I believe are going to be available upon launch, right? Kikaru, if I say any of these names wrong, sorry. Soshiro, this one I have no. Shinomiya, I'm going to say Shinomiya. Kaiju number 8, right? So Kaiju number 8 and Kafka, 2 totally different characters. And if you click on these, you can see like a little character trailer for the character and stuff. It tells you a little bit about them and whatnot. I imagine this is how it's going to be in game as well. Something similar to that, like a background for the characters. But like, look at how official this website looks. I just got to say that as well. Like, this website looks very, very nice in comparison to like when Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade launched, and that website was all bugged out. The game itself is still bugged out, and like, I like Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, but it's just been handled horribly. And so far, this is being handled well. The website's being handled well. letting people know about it beforehand, trying to get pre-registrations and stuff like that being handled well, in my opinion. Looking at it, okay? And then, so going back here, we got the neutralization. Next up, we have ultimates. Multiple characters, pretty much every character from the looks of it is going to have an ultimate. I believe higher grade rarity characters are going to have better ultimates. I don't know how the rarities work yet, though. That hasn't been fully explained, but ultimates change the course of combat with game-changing ultimates. Witness the Defense Force officer's spectacular attacks brought to life with stunning high-end graphics. I am expecting this to be better graphics because this game is actually already set up to come out on Steam. It's going to come out on Steam, Google Play, and the App Store all at the same time, probably around August 31st. That is subject to change, but that's just a couple of months away. Still plenty of time to pre-register for this game, to get hyped for it, to get ready for it. So keep that in mind. And then next we have the squad setup. So here's how you set up your squad. 4 characters, right? I don't think 50 is actually the max level. I think that it goes higher than that. I'm not sure though. You're able to sort and change the order of your characters. With squad setup, strategically form your 4-person squads. The key is successful neutralization, and it lies with your officer's abilities and weapons. Okay, you can equip weapons. Exploit partnerships between squad members to trigger follow-up attacks during neutralization. So similar, I guess, to like how JJK, when you use 2 characters together, get a certain animation. Maybe we'll get a certain animation when we use two of these characters together, which could be interesting. And then here is the character screen for Shinomiya, so you can see stats, skills, level, weapon, HP, attack, defense, speed, like basic stats there. I don't know if there's more stats beyond that. Ascension, which I believe is like your dupes for her. We talked about this a little bit in the first video I did for this game, but you can see the different levels here. The different colors probably indicating rarity for characters, I imagine. So reinforce your officers by boosting their stats through leveling up and unlock their true potential with cap break, ascension, and skill enhancement. So 3 ways to level up your characters. And you can also level up your weapons too, by the way, and limit break those, looks like, through stars. So level 40, level 50 for the character. Don't forget to enhance your weapons, a crucial step in maximizing your overall combat power. So weapons are going to play a big part in that. The only thing I'm still not sure about is this development right here, whatever that means. It's just like an empty tab. They haven't really shown anything on that yet, and like the live stream or anywhere really. So I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see on that. And that's pretty much all the information here that we have on the game so far. So we know like what the character select screen is going to look like, what the team setup is going to look like, what ultimates are going to kind of be like, and the battle itself, as well as knowing that it's going to be a mainly PvE focused game. As for beyond being PvE, I don't know if there's going to be PvP or not. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I don't think there's a lot of potential for this type of game to be PvP, but you never know. And then campaign, this is the campaign that they have going on right now. So if you pre-register for the game, if we get 100,000 pre-registrations, which has already happened, we get 100,000 credits. If we get 200,000 pre-registrations, which has also already happened, we get 1,000 dimensional crystals. And then these have not happened yet. We need 300,000 pre-registrations for the 10 free gacha tickets, and then 500,000 pre-registrations for Mina Ashiro. You'll get her for free. Playable 4-star character. So it looks like the characters are going to be based on the star system more than like rarity. But still, like even looking at this, it's still kind of hard to understand exactly how all that works looking at it, but that's just my opinion. So right here on X, we do have this confirmed that these 2 are completed. 200k pre-registrations completed, and we still need to get 300 and 500,000. So if this is a game you might be interested in, it doesn't hurt. Go to the App Store, go to the Google Play Store, go to Steam, and I put it on your wish list for Steam. Pre-register for it on Google Play, pre-register for it on Apple. It's free. It doesn't take anything, you know, if you're just interested. That way it will automatically install the day it releases, and you're able to play it if that is something you're interested in. So that's all the good news. That's all the interesting stuff about the game. Now for the not so good news. Okay, so while the website and everything like looks good so far, the live stream that they did introducing the game looked really good. It was like an hour and a half long. It is in Japanese, of course, so but it was interesting, and they talked about a lot of the game, and I pretty much went over everything that was talked about there. It was all in those screenshots, but there is a bad thing. It is the developers themselves. Okay, so I know a thing or two about bad developers, bad publishers ruining games. especially after Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Braid. You might feel the same way for the global release. Good news is this is a global and JP release at the same time, but this company is a bit notorious for what they've done to Katsky Games here, and I'm just gonna show you the screenshot. It's just easier to do this. So these are the games. This was posted in Tribe9 Reddit, right? That have been published by this company in the past, and this is how long they lasted. So we'll start here. 2015 to 2018, Tales of Link. 3 years, not that great, right? 2023 to 2025, Atelier Wrestler. I can't even say that. I don't even know. Maybe people just didn't know about these games, to be fair. But I know these other games. Romancing, whatever this is, I know people knew about this. 2018 and 2024. That one lasted a bit longer, actually, surprisingly. And then Tribe 9, 2025 to 2025. Man, that couldn't even last a year, man. That just feels like a cash grab. That's so bad. Or maybe the game did that terribly. I don't know. Maybe their marketing was bad. I don't know what the reason is, but I didn't play it. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. If you played Tribe 9, let us know down in the comments why did that game fail? Why did it fail? Is it just they decided it wasn't making enough money? It sounds like from most of these, looking at the comments on Reddit and stuff, that most of these just fail because they didn't make enough money. So if Kaiju number 8 does not make enough money, who's to say they won't just shut it down? So that is a bit worrisome if you want to put money into this game. And then last but not least, the One Piece game. I don't think anybody has ever heard of. Let me know if you've heard of this, but it survived somehow from 2020 to 2022. This game, like, look at it. It doesn't look like it would outsurvive Tribe 9. I think literally just because of the IP. Maybe it survived for 2 years compared to Tribe 9, but I don't know. I can't explain that one. It looks interesting, but I don't even remember it. I don't remember any news, information, anything about this game. So a lot of these games, actually, other than maybe Tribe 9, I feel like I haven't heard a lot about before. So maybe it's just bad advertising. They didn't make the money they wanted off it, so they shut it down after, like, and it makes it seem like a cash grab, you know, to people who did play these games and put money into the games. Because like Tribe 9, if you put money into this, it didn't even make it a year. That's absolutely insane, man, right? So that does suck. That's the biggest, most worrisome thing about Kaiju number 8 to me, is that the same thing's going to happen in this game. But it looks very professional. More professional than other games I've seen, the website at least. They're handling the release, it looks like, pretty well. And, you know, it only takes, maybe those other games they weren't happy with themselves, you know, and maybe this is their game right here. They're like, we're going to make this game the best we can. So that's my hope. Maybe this is their breakthrough game, you know. Breakthrough, unleash a Kaiju Dimensional Strike. This will be their breakout game, make them a little bit better as a company, a little bit more respectable, or it could just go down the same path as the rest of these. But let me know your guys' thoughts on all of this information, and if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. Peace.